Well, hello. It seems I moved my logo for something. Don't know why. Let me move that back here. And welcome to the stream. Uh, Camera setup is a little different. It's lower. And you can kind of see this other camera, the beer cam in the shot. I can't help that too much. So I apologize. Hopefully, it'll be better when we go over to the other view to take a look at our tools again this week. Um, I started trying to rearrange this office or YouTube studio or whatever you call it, even though I haven't been shooting videos, but we'll get to that later. But I started moving it, but in true fashion, I didn't finish it because I've been traveling all week. Uh, Sunday I was at my site, and then I was at my site Sunday. Sunday night I left and went to Columbus. I was in Columbus till this morning. I left Columbus and went to Indianapolis, did some stuff there, and then came home. I literally came home, got a shower, checked on my daughter, got her all set, ready for bed, ate some noodles, and fired this thing up. So, forgive me for the disarray, but we will get there, slowly but surely. I have recognized, though, that I do need to get back into videos, and I'm probably going to try to edit and cut some R Tools kind of footage and see how that does for a while. It's something different. Nobody's really doing it in terms of the tool community, and hopefully it's not a fad that catches on super quick and everybody drowns me out. But we will see. But I think I got that planned for the future once I get an area set up. I started trying to set up this wall, put up the SK banner, and I gotta find a good way besides hi Mark. And yes, Bill, I saw that you were first, and that's much appreciated. Punctuality is always welcome, especially when I kick off the stream a few minutes early to hopefully get a couple people in here before I start rambling. But I need to find a good way to hang the t-shirts on the walls without using a frame or anything like that. Well, besides, I don't think they'd fit into a frame very well anyway. But, yeah, I gotta logistically figure that out, and I can't put any holes in the wall, so that further complicates things. So, I gotta figure that out. But when I do, the idea is I will transfer you guys over here. I've put another desk here, and then we'll have a long shot, and the wall will be behind me, hopefully tastefully out of focus to where you can still read and see the things on the wall, but we'll see how all that turns out. I'll play with the camera placement. It's been a week, and I'm not going to be on here super long tonight because I have a work conference call coming up later. So we'll try to be quick with it, unfortunately. Tonight's drink of choice is a Rheingeist. It's called Sun-Spun Shandy. And if you know what a shandy is, basically it's beer and fruit juice. This one is grapefruit and orange juice. And I saw it, and it interestingly enough, I was looking for something kind of light and easy going because I can't drink too much before I get on this conference call. They might need me to actually speak up and say something. So I can't drink a lot. So I wanted just a nice easy drinker. And I found this shandy and I thought that's perfect. And this is one of the problems probably that I'll run into in the next hour or so, is that it's really tasty. It's balanced very well. You get the grapefruit, you get the orange. It's just really light and crisp, and that fruit just finishes it off perfectly. So we'll see how much I don't even know what the word is. Not tolerance, self-control I have to not guzzle this stuff down while I'm on the stream. Time for Bad News Bears. I know there's only a few of you in here, but I tell you guys the stuff that's going on with me. It's part of the thing, right? So you're invested, I'm invested. Here we are. So here's the thing. I don't know how to feel about it yet. My initial feelings are pissed off, but that's due to my own pride, probably more than anything. If you guys know, I work for Amazon, but technically I'm a contractor. I'm hired by a third-party company to run their stuff for them. It's a common thing across the nation. And I think I talked about this last week or the week before. I was talking about what we call a blue badge, which is an actual Amazon employee, and they do run some of their own maintenance. Well, it came out today, very abruptly, that they are taking a couple sections throughout the country and cleaning them up a little. They want a little more division. They don't want contractors, being us, multiple contractors in the same region. They don't want to compete against each other for technicians, which makes sense. But they decided to take on a bunch of their sites themselves. In other words, transfer them over to actual Amazon employees. I'm not one of them. And not even by like a long shot, right? By this much. In Ohio, every station that is south of me got blue badged. I'm the line. I am the line in the sand where they drew the line and said, nope, you're going to stay as you are, and we're taking everyone south. So it's kind of upsetting. I don't know how to feel about it yet. I mean, it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I don't know. I know the benefits with Amazon are a lot better, like the health insurance and stuff. And at my level, and then there was one. Yeah, they came back. But at my level, where I'm at, I don't have a guarantee, but I'm almost certain I would get stock options. So that's very upsetting to think that I might be losing out on what's Amazon stock at right now, like $3,000, something like that, to $2,500. Even if it was only a couple of shares a year, that's a pretty hefty benefit. So I missed out on that. So we'll see what happens. I can't, do anything about it. It's not like I can cry and get them to change their mind. This decision was made way far up the chain, and this is what they've gone with. Because technically, I'm basically the site's in Kettering, which it's right on the outskirts of Dayton. So technically, somehow, when we first got set up, we were part of the Columbus node. Even though we're closer to Cincinnati than we are Columbus. We're technically a Columbus node. So they scooped up Cincinnati and, without geographically looking at it, decided that we were not part of that. And so we stay the same. But the good news is a bunch of the guys that I've trained and, been with since either we got hired on or they got hired on. I helped launch the Cincinnati site and some other things. A lot of those guys, well, actually pretty much all of them, are going to get the opportunity to transfer over. So that's good. Look at the positive is it should be good for a lot of people, but it's upsetting that I was like so close yet so far. And again, I still don't know if in the long run it's a good thing to be a contractor and work for another company. I guess it'll be remain to be seen. But for now, none of my plans have changed. I'm still going to look for promotion opportunities. I'm still going to look at Amazon positions and go out for those. But yeah, that was kind of like a devastating blow. It would have been better if it was like something way off, far away, like we weren't even considered. But to be like literally the line in the sand is, it's a hard hit right in the chest. Actually, I do get an Amazon discount, but it's nothing like what you would think. I think it's a once a year 10%, or it's I don't know if it's like one transaction. I've never used it. That's how wonderful it is. But it's like 10% off up to $1,000 or something like that. $1,000 of discount. So if you could order $10,000 of stuff off Amazon, you'd get it for $9,000. So that's my understanding of it. I've never used it. Like 10%. I mean, I guess if I had something big to order, I could look into it, but I haven't in a while. So, I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, they do kind of give me some discounts on tools, I guess. And then, as far as work is concerned, I can pretty much order whatever I want. So we'll find out what's going on with all that as time goes. But that was some interesting news today. And a lot of there's a few guys that literally just got hired on for some of these Cincinnati sites. And, within the last month or so. So basically they're going straight into being Amazon employees, which is a hard thing to do. And once you kind of get in the door, it's a lot easier to move about inside the company once you have, that status that you're already an Amazon employee. When you're an outside contractor, you still have to apply through the public methods. And then it still might help you. It might be beneficial when they see your experience that you've already worked for Amazon as a contractor, but it's just not the same. So anyway, we are drinking on the tastefulness slowly. I kind of missed the beginning of the chat. It's okay, Bill. Nothing major. No real changes for me. Just some shakeups in the company, which happen on an almost daily basis. This one was just a little bigger and a little closer to home. So, nothing major changing for me, but, who knows what the future will hold. Maybe, sometime down the road, it'll happen to my area. It's possible. We'll see. But, without too much blah, la, 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 let's get over to our tools and see what we get into this week, since we don't have a whole lot of time on the stream. Okay, let's get right into it. New tool day. Bought my first real toolbox in full right before graduating tech school. That's not bad. That looks like a standard. What is that? What do they always call that? The KRL series, I think. I do like the gray. I think it's simple. I think it's nice. And, I mean, I'm assuming that it's Snap-on. Maybe somebody that knows more about it. I don't see many gray options out there. And I know Harbor Freight doesn't. I don't think they have a gray in the U.S. General, so I don't think it's something that he just slapped a Snap-on logo. But I don't think I've ever seen a gray Snap-on box. It's interesting. But good for him. That should serve him well for at least a couple of years until he fills it up. Uh, Fancy Feast Classic Pate. I don't know what that means, but he's got a ton of the Makita tools. A bunch of the black drills and impact drivers. Then a lot of the blue. I see a trim router, it looks like. Uh, Circular saw, hedge trimmer, jigsaw, multi-tool. Well, not multi-tool, the oscillating multi-tool, whatever the hell everybody calls it. The widget and the light. The light's probably pretty nice. I always do wonder though, on some of these things, like you almost wish that they'd get away from like the actual chargeable batteries, where they're interchangeable and just build the battery into the unit because like do you really need that? Like to be a something that takes a battery? I don't know. Some of the things I think about. Going down the list, Wera Getting It Done, my favorite Allen keys. Now, I said this the other day. I don't know about those sleeves. I don't know. I'm assuming there's some kind of heat shrink or something onto the body. I do like that they're round on the actual shank. Like, that's really the way Allen should be, so they're better in your hand. Might be a little harder sometimes. You put a pair of pliers on it or something, or a crescent wrench on the bigger ones, but it might make some of that harder. But I think all in all, Wera does good things, and I haven't heard of many problems with them, but I'm still kind of iffy on those sleeves. But I do like the idea of color coding them because I check things all the time and I try to keep it in my head like it's a 2.5, it's a 3, like whatever the millimeter is, or God forbid standard. But it's always like 3 months before I go back to that same thing, and then I can never remember, and I end up pulling out 4 or 5 different Allen keys to try to figure out which one fits. So the color code would be nice. You could just easily remember, like, oh, that's the yellow one, or that's the green one, or that's the blue one, which, that's debatable how nice that is, but it's a thought. It's the thought that counts, for sure. Got my new socket set today, Craftsman 216 piece. Looks like it comes in a little toolbox. It also goes into their little rolling storage system. Not bad. I wonder what he paid for it though. 216 pieces, Craftsman. I'd probably say 80 or 90 bucks. Let's find out. Oh, come on, type. What's Google say? Oh, damn. I hope he got it better than that. No. Okay, it's a bigger kit than I thought. I guess 216 in my head, I was thinking they mainly stuffed it with like bits. But they're saying like 200 bucks at Lowe's. That's That's not no bueno. Well, it's debatable. I think if you were going to spend that kind of money, you could have got something a little nicer, but maybe he was looking for the storage combination. I know Husky and Cobalt do a similar thing. And those, around Christmas time, I think you can get most of them for about 99 bucks, give or take, on sale. So, price not so great. I'm sure it'll serve him well, though. And maybe he wants that organization combo. Maybe he actually has the rolling kit that he's going to throw that on. I don't know. But still, not too bad. Aircraft structures gear? What? Oh, okay. Stuff for working on aircraft structures, I guess is what he's saying. Looks like he's got some extractors there. Brass extractors? Or at least coated. Okay, he's got some carbide bits. That's a weird looking... I wish I could see more of that. That's a weird looking 1/4-inch ratchet. That's a very weird looking... Like it's got the hog ring on it. Handy hex. Oh, those are pretty cool. Like those. I don't... Oh, those are just clamps, it looks like. Adjustable clamps. Some kind of weird... I don't know if that's a cutter. No, it doesn't look like it. It's... I don't know. Maybe for prying rivets off? Something. And then a scale. A couple actual, what I call scales, which is the little measuring rule. And then... I do not know what these are. They almost look like they go in an air hammer, but... I don't know what that end is. I don't know what the function would be there. Interesting though. Nice little haul. Nothing too bad. Just, I don't do aircraft stuff. That looks like a panel popper. That looks like that goes in the air hammer for sure. So maybe these do too. Maybe they're like a pounder or something. Brass, something else, plastic. I have no idea what this one is made out of. Interesting. Very interesting. Good stuff, though. It's always nice to pick up a few little things. It looks like he had a pretty good tool haul. Built Over Bought has stopped by and graced us with his presence. Welcome, sir. I think you should order 2 of those boxes. Yeah. For $200, though? Ugh. Well, I don't know how far back that is. I don't know if you're talking about the Snap-on toolbox earlier or that Craftsman 216-piece set. BSS Small Engines is here. It's good to see you. Hope everything is well. Brandon's almost always in the shop. Almost always. Like every time he live streams, all the videos, for the most part, he's in the shop. Josh is here, wrenching the bolts. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Let's get it moving. Somebody bought them some... What are those? They look... I wanted to say snappy, but they're not. Oh, they're wild. Really? Interesting. I don't think I've ever actually seen those in person. A slip joint. There's a cutter on that? What? Shear cutter. Huh. Interesting. Not bad, though. I bet he paid a pretty penny, though. Those are nice and made in the USA. Can't beat that. Went to buy a Cirque saw, came out with extras. Don't we all? And I will say, the Columbus site I've been working at for the last couple of weeks has, not those, but the, it's not chrome. It's like that matte finish of the Knipex. They got the 3-piece. They got like the 12, the 10, and I don't know what it is, like the 6 or whatever. Or it's 8, 6, 8, 10, or I don't know. Whatever the 3-piece set is. They got those. So I really got to use them for the first time, and they are nice. They are very nice to be able to adjust that and then pull it off and then just do the thing. You know, the thing. They work really well. For those instances where you really don't want to mar up your fastener, or, you know, in cases where you're actually, like, it's hex bolts and things, they are very nice, and it gives you a lot more leverage on that grip. You feel a lot better having that tactile feedback as opposed to a adjustable crescent wrench where it's probably loosening and you can't feel it, you know, except for when it starts slipping and rounding off the nut. So I do like them. They are pretty nice. I may one day add them to my tool list, but for now we don't do a whole lot of wrenching, so it's not. I'm weird like that. I will talk myself out of the need for a tool like that because I have something else that works. Being a company man all the way. Okay, this guy got a Lang. What is this? Come on, load up, Intronet. Lang 12-piece combination internal external snap ring pliers set. Let me let you in on a secret. User, hand me that wrench, bro. Oh wait, maybe he did. Okay, are there more pictures? Okay, thank God there's more pictures. I was gonna say, dude, don't send us a picture of the box. Open it up, let us see it. Okay, and I think I have seen these before. They might have been. I might have posted these to the tool sales and deals page some very long time ago. I believe I did because they look familiar now that I see them in the case. That's a nice set. Kind of expensive. Made in the USA, I want to say. Yeah, I already see it there. You can see it there. Made in the USA. Lang's good stuff. If you ever get the chance or have the forethought. You know, SK, Lang, I put them basically in the same category. Lang doesn't seem to... I've not seen like a bunch of wrenches, sockets, and stuff from them. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I haven't seen them. They're more along the lines of these, you know, general hand tools and specialty tools kind of thing. But yeah, they do have a lot of stuff, and it is made in America, or at least most of it is. I'm saying all to my knowledge, but I'm sure there could be exceptions. I would love to come to your graduation party, Josh. I would, if I could find the time. And aren't you in Wisconsin? That's pretty far for me. Making it to that would be difficult. You can let me know what's going on with it. I definitely ain't going to make it to Wisconsin, but if you got some kind of, if you're doing a video or live stream or something, try to let me know. I'll see if I can make that. But, yeah, I think I'm all burnt up on traveling between work and everything else. I spend enough time in a car today to last me for a month. So this guy, oh, and it's Craftsman. So let's get in close here. Real quick, I want to say this. Go look at your pictures from your phone 10 years ago. Okay? It will blow your flippin' mind because I did that. I seen some of my Facebook stuff come up like that, 10 years ago kind of stuff, 9 years ago, whatever. And I look at those grainy pictures that I was taking back then. And back then we all thought they were amazing. Look at the quality here. That's the picture that the dude took. And I can zoom in on it like this. And look at the detail. It's like it's sitting right in front of me. I mean, you can see all the scrapes and scratches in the workbench it's sitting on. Picture resolution has come a long way. And because we see it incrementally over time, we don't really get to appreciate it that often. It really has. It's come a long way. I like it. 3rd horsepower, pretty solid looking. The guards look like they're in good shape. Yeah, hopefully he cleans this thing up and it serves him well. Looks like they got the abrasive. No, that does look like a very coarse wire wheel on the one side. I would probably switch that out, and it looks like he needs to redress this stone. But from the looks of the sides that we can see, it looks pretty good. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. It's actually unsafe, and I hate to be that guy, but I've seen guys use the side of the wheels for grinding, and if you just have to do something real quick, something small, maybe you're all right, but that's not what they're designed for. And if you do it enough, you're gonna eventually cut a chunk or break that wheel, and then shit goes flying, and watch out. So, yeah. People and grinders, I always check out those stones before firing them up, and I let it run for a minute too before throwing something into it. That way I can make sure it's relatively balanced and it's not doing anything crazy. That'll ruin your day. You catch a chunk of that to the face. And there's only one section for it to come out, and guess where it's coming? It's going to get spit out right in your face. So be careful. Everybody work safe. Safety glasses, hard hat. These things are really cool. I've never actually seen any in person. Obviously, I've seen tons of people build them. But these like truck deck, I don't know what you would call them, like deck drawers or whatever. It's really cool, I guess, for organization. And especially when it looks like he's got these built right, because he's got them pretty well extended and they look like they're holding themselves up. Combined with the tailgate of the truck, of course, and whatever the form is that he's got them sitting in. But it's pretty nice. Kind of keeps your bed kind of clean and organized to a degree, or at least with the drawers, not as messy. You can still throw stuff on top of it like he has there. This is a solid project for any truck. If you generally have the need for it, like you're, traveling, you're doing apartment maintenance, property maintenance, whatever, this is a viable option and can be very nice in terms of keeping everything organized in the back of your truck. You know what, Mark? Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. I'm allowed to have a catchphrase. I don't want it to be really cool, but have you guys seen this like all these jokes and memes about the forklift guys? Apparently forklift guys like think they're the bee's knees or whatever. They claim it pulls in ladies. It claims it does a lot of things for them in life. Forklift certification card just... Oh, some of these guys. I get it. Like, I've met some of these forklift drivers. But like the memes, like it has to be really crazy for it to actually be funny to me. I don't catch too many of them. Like the first few were funny, but then after like 2 years of the same jokes, kind of gets old. The DeWalt Impact Wrench on promotion. He got it, so some kind of a discount. Looks like it's got some little, what are those? On DeWalt, I think they're 1.5. Or maybe they're 2. Yeah, 2 amp hour batteries. But that's the compact Impact. It's the brushless, the small one. It's not the big boy. I don't know what the comparison in torque is. Oh, wait, it's a 12 volt? Really? Is this, no, that one that, wait, is that not a 1/2 inch? No, that's got to be a 1/2 inch, right? Because didn't, I want to say Montevello Mustang a while back. It's probably been about a year or so. He was talking about this because isn't like they're going to quote me and get me wrong. Isn't like is it Mac? Isn't the Mac version the same as DeWalt? Like, I think even the batteries are interchangeable. Or maybe the Mac doesn't have batteries and you have to use the DeWalt. I'm not sure. But There was a little mini 3/8 impact that I know he was talking about that was 12 volt. I wonder if that's what this is. That's been a while ago. Does anybody say? Nobody says. Yeah, he doesn't say either. It looks, maybe it's deceptive, right? Because of the size of the tool being smaller. Maybe it is a 3/8 and it just looks big. That's what I tell my wife. Oh wait, I don't have one anymore. That's what I tell my girlfriend. Oh wait, I don't have one. That's what I tell them. Anyhow, so we'll go back from that. What is this? Holtzbrook. Is that the brand of axe hatchet thing? What is so special about this thing? I do see some writing on there, or I don't know, maybe writing, maybe scratches. I mean, I'll call it an axe. It's got some tape on it, like a lot of them do, but you could definitely clean it up. All right, so you got an axe. Congratulations. You know you're having fun when you play with fire and a nut splitter. Nut splitter is my new best friend. Oh, so he's just literally breaking his stuff to break it. That's pretty nice. Nice way to test things out. Those nut splitters, I have some, and I've only had to use them a couple of times, but in the situation, if they can get in where you need them to, and fit properly to be functional, man, that can save your job. It's especially here in the Rust Belt. Some of you West Coast guys and other people are not going to have near the issues that we have, but PB Blaster only goes so far, right? Sometimes you just got to split it off. Some of these cars, especially the undercarriages and stuff, out here, just forget about it. I mean, 15-year-old car probably is not very structurally sound if the rust has gotten bad on it. I'm not saying it's not drivable, but how it's going to take a hit is debatable. I've seen a lot of cars too where the undercarriage was just ate to hell and back, but the body didn't look that bad. Like it still looked okay. It looked like mild rust, but when you get to the underside of it, like the car had like never been undercoated after the factory treatment or whatever. And these harsh winters and all the salt just, it's bad. Okay, somebody's got some Hilti impact drive. Well, they both look like impact drivers. That's weird. And I don't know how I feel about them. They look, I know it's Hilti, right? So I know it's quality. But just the look of it looks like crap. Maybe they're like the older, one or two generations off. I don't know what their new stuff looks like. But that looks, if you take off that Hilti, if I Photoshop that out and show this to you, you're just going to think it's like some run-of-the-mill cheap Chinese stuff. It doesn't look very nice on the design, especially not probably for what you would pay for it. Swiss cheese cars, quite literally. Aloysius. The Mac version, they are the same, different. Housing is made out of a better material on the Mac version. That's interesting. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Because mechanics are getting in the dirt and the grime and the grease a lot more than most guys that use DeWalt tools, right? Like, most guys that use DeWalt tools are like carpenters and tradesmen and things, and it's not usually a super greasy or necessarily dirty job, but a mechanic is going to run into that 24/7. oily hands and greasy and whatnot. So they probably wanted to upgrade that aspect of the Mac version. Who makes this red ratchet? I want one. Is this the Tekton? This is, or it's just some off-brand. Yeah, there's yeah. There's the offset ones I've seen. I've not seen a straight one. So this probably is just some cheap Chinese whatever the hell. It's obviously a stock photo, right? So good luck on that one, buddy. But it does remind me of the Tekton in the color and everything. Just the Tekton and the Harbor Freight, and pretty much every other one I've ever seen has the offset. Yeah, Walter, you can do that. It depends on how bad the frame is. Me, I mean, currently not having a garage, I can't, do anything like that. But I will say, as long as it's not crazy bad, I myself am comfortable with pulling apart some things to re-weld some frame or some structural stuff if need be. You have to do it right, though. Like my buddy, Black Zeus Garage, the guy that moved to Atlanta on me, he had, God, what was that? It was a Dodge Ram, like the 90s. I think he kept calling it a first gen for like whatever style it was or something, whatever. Anyhow, not the new bubbly looking one. It was the old, still kind of cool looking one that you don't see too much anymore. Uh, and it had some frame rust. So I got under there. I cut a bunch of it out, right? Got to good metal. I had a shop fabricate out of the same thickness steel and bend it to the right angle that it needed to match the rest, and I welded it back in for him. And then he did sell the truck. He told them, about the repair. They looked at it and they were happy with it. But it can be done, but it's got to be done right. And it depends on where you're at. Where we were at, it was only basically the lower part of the box frame, so it really wasn't that bad. It was like the side and the lower part, so I just basically cut about half of it out and then put this piece in and then welded it all together. So if done right, but it is a bigger undertaking, and they can be fixed. It's just real iffy. And most people don't do it right, and that's what gives frame repair and stuff bad names. No, it wasn't a Dakota. It was a Ram. It was the big wide looking suckers, not the new ones, not like the 2000s with the bubbly headlights and stuff. It still had the like the plastic headlights with the halogens that insert, but they were like the smaller form factor. I don't know. It's like late 90s, 98, 99, I think, somewhere in there. Cummins? Is that what they put in the Dodges? I think it is. Anywho, going down. What is the purpose of this part on the screwdrivers? That looks like before it was bent and broken, it was like a screw holder. And you could hold the screw and tighten it at the same time. That's my guess. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Because I've seen like some of the cheap Chinese versions have kind of similar things on some of them. It's not a popular thing anymore with magnets being how they are. My daughter has a battery-powered bike. I'd like to convert it to Ryobi 18 volt. Is this possible? And how? Well, yes, it's possible, but the problem here, sir, is that it's a 24 volt battery. So you're going to be underpowering her system. You could attempt to double up, but then you're going to be overpowering the system. I mean, you can. There are some things you could do, but none are going to be as good as just replacing that battery. Just find a battery of suitable voltage and amperage, roughly, that more than likely in this case fits into your form factor, and just get that and replace it. That's your best bet. Like, unless you're just doing it for kicks, there's no need to replace it with Ryobi. And you're not going to have near the lifespan, even if you put a bunch of batteries on it. Like, can you do it? Yes. Should you do it? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's what I thought, Walter. Those are the older style, like I said before. Magnets got really popular and things. I can't say I've ever used one. I knew they were there, but it's more for like wood screws and drywall screws and things like that. Workshop porn. Check this guy out. I hope he made this metal frame. Because that... Oh, no. Nah, he probably bought it. But I'm just looking at this door here on this cabinet. And the welds look a little... And the paint right there looks a little more homegrown. And the tacks running down it like that. It's probably like a piece of angle iron that he's using as like a door stop. But yeah, it looks mildly homemade, but more than likely he bought it or he sourced it from somewhere and then painted it or something. But it fits nice in this garage. You can see a stand-up toolbox back there by the door. He's got a little something here. What's the brand name? I can't see it. Technically a triple bank. It's something, I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying it's something a little lower cost. Might be like Husky. It almost looks like Husky. I think I see the dog's head. And then he's got this, which is a metal frame too, for this workbench, but it's got a drawer that he probably built into it. And he put a wood top on it. Oh yeah, okay, so here we go. There's your indicator right there. You see that piece of tube steel, or well, square steel, that's cut on the face there. You can see this one other back here. He had, that's painted, that was already flush. So this was probably part of like another counter or something somewhere. He repurposed this and got it, and it was probably like an L-shaped desk or something to that effect, or connected to another piece somehow, and they cut it apart and he took it, which is cool. That's a really nice setup, and that's heavy duty. You're going to be able to store whatever you want on top of that. I hope maybe he made the cabinets, I'm not sure, but a lot of this looks like he made this, the wall mounts and everything here, so maybe he made some of this. It's pretty cool. I like it. What does he say? Oh, that's just the general thing. What's he say up here? Just finished making the top drawer for the built-in. Loving the continuous drawer pull from orange aluminum. Ta-da-da. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good thing. See, those are the things that I like. I like seeing people do things like that. I could never bring myself to do it, but if I found some cool stuff like that, I would turn it into some kind of project like he did there. That's just too nice to let go, right? What is this? Proxxon rotary ratchet? What in the hell? Anybody? It looks like it's got German or something on it. Proxxon. Anybody ever heard of them? Yeah, you're right, Scott. Sometimes the frames are too far gone, and you're just putting a band-aid on the worst part. But, I mean, it just depends on what it is. If you want to repair it and then attempt to get it coated on the inside, cleaned and coated, assuming you have like a fully boxed frame, you might be able to mitigate some future damage, assuming that you've cut out enough and stopped most of the rust that you could find. But yeah, you're never going to be able. And with most of these cars today, like the whole unibody thing, I still don't. I mean, I get it, but I still don't agree with it. Like, I just don't like it. I like the thought of being able to pull a body off a car and just do something else with it. Nowadays, if you want to do something crazy, you got to cut the whole damn thing apart and then try to piece it back together with something else. There's one on YouTube, a guy, Velcor. He's cutting up. What is it? He's cutting up, like it was like a Coyote Mustang, I think. And he's putting, I want to say, I don't know my Mustang super well. I want to say a fastback. I think he's putting a fastback body on it. But like the wheelbase is different and all this stuff. He's got a whole thing on it. And the last one I saw probably 6 months or more ago was him like test fitting the body on. And he still had some small work to do, but he was getting there to where it was going to fit. But the amount of stuff he had to do to make this fit was atrocious. Like, and he's a great body guy. He does like repairs, full total rebuilds and things. Just master level stuff, obviously. So he's definitely capable of doing it. But when you see him do it, you kind of see how much it's just not cut and then weld something back on. It's a much more involved process. That's weird. Why has it got an anvil rotary ratchet? Can you turn it from down here? I don't understand. Okay, I guess I guess what I'm seeing is true. You can put another ratchet down here and then turn that ratchet. So effectively a 90-degree ratchet extension of sorts. I mean, I guess it could have its uses. That's a little weird though. Kind of gimmicky, but I'm sure in confined spaces it'd be nice. That's funny. He got a email from WIA, and it's got part of the code in here that they never somehow got like fixed. It's supposed to insert their name for their account in here so that they're getting notified of this tool that's ready that they were waiting for or whatever, and they messed up. But English is not technically their first language unless it's WIA USA. And then, whatever. JDM impact driver. That's cool. I like the purple. I wonder why we don't have purple Makita. That's interesting. I wonder how he got that. Probably ordered that off of eBay or something. Ah, I've seen this tool. I've heard of them. Never seen anyone actually use them, but it is interesting. I wonder how well they work. But sometimes you're better off not, right? It's like the drills with the I showed one not too long ago on the stream for one of these Reddits. The interchangeable heads. I'm not a fan. Like, just give me the other drill with another battery, and then when I need that one, I'll pick it up and use it. Like, yeah, you're lugging some tools around, but what are you really saving with this? Like, is this thing gonna do as well as an actual shear? I don't think so. It is on a 1/4 inch impact, but I'd have to say, like, I mean, you basically have a super pair of tin snips at this point with this big, giant, already bulky drill with this other mount arm and everything else on it. I just, no. I think if you're just doing a little bit of snipping, maybe, but chances are if you wanted a power snipper, you're doing a lot, and I think that this is just too bulky. I think you'd be better off using an actual dedicated snipper. The handle turns, says Walter. I think he's talking about the ratchet. He's definitely not talking about this drill. Well, impact. So, I messed out. How can I get this out before my boyfriend gets home? Oh, she put a little bit inside a 1/4 inch impact, it looks like. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's Makita too. Wait, did she get it out? Or is she showing another one? So basically it got stuck in there and she doesn't know how to... Yeah, you can get it out. Hopefully she got it out. I think... I can't remember. That Makita looks like it's probably a pull. Some are the push, some are the pull. The Makita looks like it's a pull. I kind of hate the push. I like the pull better. I have never got used to the push. Okay, did this guy redo this shovel? Okay, yeah, so here we go. Picture time. This guy spent a bunch of time, he claims about an hour, redoing this shovel. Now, I'm kind of interested. Hold on. Pull up the picture. Okay. He just painted it black. I thought he actually put like a rubber grip or something on that. But he just painted it black. I do like how he kept some of the distress in the wood. And it seems like he cleaned it up and sharpened it. Or at least fixed the edge on it. Good job. Save those old tools. That's what, we're all about. Like, we need to throw away less stuff, right? And they don't make a lot of things like they used to. So, save what you can. Definitely. Drink Bill. Why is Bill drinking? Duracell car battery? Duracell makes car batteries, Bill? What the? Do they really? Is that why my car doesn't start in the winter? Because I don't have the copper topper? What is this? What is its use? Well, that's an anchor, right? Am I right? Pretty sure I'm right. That's an anchor. Yeah, come on, man. Oh, we're going on. Ooh, somebody got some Wera stuff. Holding function. Oh, pulling this up so we can look at it. Wera sockets Oh, come on. You're not going to let me zoom in? Okay, it's hard to see. But you see inside the wall of this 6 point right here on the 18, you can see the two ball bearings encased in the wall. And it looks like, if I had to guess, there's more than one side. It might be two, it might be three sides. At least one. I'm thinking two at least. I would think. But you never know. Maybe it is just the two on the one side. But that's going to hold your bolt while you're going up to your hole and trying to get it in. That's what she said. So that I will say, I had no idea anyone made these. That's an interesting little thing. Huh. You learn something new every day, but it's always, see, and this is the thing. One of the things that I feel is hurting the tool community is there's not enough innovation, right? Like, don't get me wrong. That has a pretty decent function. There's a reason for that. There are guys that want that. But some people just make tools or a little gimmicky feature or whatever just to sell another tool. This has a deliberate intended function, and I can already see that in plenty of cases it would be helpful. Right? So, where it is expensive, but in the cases where you need them, that's a pretty good thing. And you don't always want magnets, especially if you're in a metal fab shop or you're doing some kind of installation where, you know, you got metal shavings and things from cutting and grinding and drilling and everything all around. Those bits with, or the sockets and things with the magnets in them just get goobered up with the metal, and you'll almost never get it out. Like, not all of it. And so it kind of hurts the performance of the socket at that point. Somebody bought some DeWalt stuff. Garden tools count, right? So is that like an adjustable hoe and rake? Okay, that's, I mean, I guess if it works. It looks like it's got some slotting on that angle. Oh no, it's teeth. Okay, so you loosen it, you adjust it, and then you tighten it back down. It's got a bunch of teeth to hold it in position. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, so he's got two Stabila levels sitting side by side, and one's 23 years old, guys. 23 years old. And he went and bought a new one, and guess what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It looks like he's missing the rubber end guards or whatever those are. I'm guessing that's what they are. He's missing those. But everything else on this thing is the same. Like, to a T. It's the same. It's not broke. They didn't fix it. They're still making them. He claims it's 23 years old. Looking at it, I believe him. This is what I'm talking about. If you have a good product, like, why change it? That's awesome. I like that. Stabila for the win. Uh-oh, here we go. It was not an April Fool's joke. Not an April Fool's. Did I say really cool? I hate you, Mark. I hate you so much. It wasn't a joke, guys. It's real. Go get yourselves a 24 karat gold icon ratchet now. As if you don't get laughed at enough for having icon ratchets. I'm not saying they're bad, but there's no need for this. There's no need. Zero need. Literally none. Upgrading his tool bag. He's got some Doyle demolition screwdrivers. I'm assuming that's the Harbor Freight brand. Vice grips. Maybe not. He's got some Milwaukee and some Knipex in here. So, no, they look like Channel Lock. Or no. Yeah, Irwin. Who knows on the linesman's pliers, Channel Lock on these it looks like for sure, and then Knipex and Milwaukee utility knives. Utility knives, man, guys, it's the body of it doesn't really matter. It's all in the blade. Keep extra blades. Buy the cheap ones. Buy the expensive ones. I don't care, but a utility knife, for the most part, is a utility knife. Whether or not it folds, maybe, that's a benefit for you. But a knife's a knife. It's only as good as the blade, and the blades don't last very long anyway. Here's the Milwaukee actually working. What is that? Is that an axle nut? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks like an axle nut. Okay, yeah, but what is that Milwaukee? It's a 1/2 inch for sure. Yeah, that's like the big boy. Of course it's gonna fucking pull that off. Like, I can get a fucking Harbor Freight plug-in impact that will probably do the same thing for a quarter of the price. Like, sometimes, man, people act like their tools are miracle workers. But, you don't, that's nothing. That's literally nothing. I've seen less tools take off worse nuts. That's just me. Like, some people get a little too excited about what some of their stuff can do. Of course the Milwaukee was going to pull that off. Like, I had no doubt in my mind. Knipex. Yeah, I don't know. On the push button, that's the push button style with the fine teeth. I mean, yeah, they work. I don't know. I don't like those fine teeth push button on any of them. I've never really played with the Knipex, but I always find them harder to adjust and to get right. Like, to get adjusted to where I'm happy with it. I feel like I'm fumbling with it. Maybe if I used them consistently, I'd get better, but I just think it's kind of like too many teeth to, like, more than necessary, I think. Maybe that's it. Hard to adjust. Oh, rusty bits. I have no idea what that is or what it's used for. It looks like some kind of plier that you would grab something, but you don't want to crush it. So it's got that little bolt in there. Wing nut, I forget what those are technically called. They got a name. But you adjust it to where you're not crushing whatever you're grabbing. I don't know. That's my guess. It's a non-crusher. Tap sockets? Is that a thing now? Ooh. 102-year-old riveting hammer. Damn, that thing's 102 years old? Is the face of it cracked? It looks cracked. Why won't you let me zoom in any more than this? No, I guess it's not. It kind of looked like it here, but it's not. It's not cracked. That's a big hammer. Probably weighs, Can't tell if that's the year. It looks like 1926. I don't see a weight on it. That thing's got to weigh at least a couple of pounds, I would think. I mean, yeah, Aloysius, it's kind of like a vice. uh, but you're not wanting to clamp on something. Not really hard. That's why you have that bolt in the side is you adjust it to where you can grab and hold an egg or whatever, and to where no matter how hard you squeeze it, you're not going to clamp down on whatever that is any more than you did. So, what it would be used for, I don't know. Maybe some kind of woodworking to help set dowels or something. I don't know. Somebody refurbished a planer. Congratulations. Nothing too crazy, but it does look like he did a really good job on it. Attention to detail. Looks like he did good paint work. The knob's all polished. Polish the knob. That's the most important part. Moving shops. Getting packed. I think I have too many hammers. Yeah, that's a heavy tool bag. A ball bearing polishing fixture. Yeah, those come in handy. The ball washer on a golf course. Somebody's got some old Snap-on. See, that's nice. This is the kind of stuff I want to see. Okay, so he's saying here, he inherited this cabinet from his uncle. He finally found the centerpiece and the side cabinet for it. That's something there that I would like to see restored. This, let's make this look brand new again. That would make me super happy. Because again, they just don't make stuff like they used to. Top Drawer Tuesday. Catch-all edition. Yep. Oh, man. A lot of the mechanics have these things in their drawers. And that's not a bad thing. But, I remember when Ohio passed the law for CCW, and then when I actually went and got off my ass and got mine, there for the first little bit, it's kind of weird carrying around, but you get used to it, but having a firearm in my toolbox at work, it would just be super foreign to me. I can see it. I can see the need for it in some cases, but I that's not where I would keep it. It depends on the shop and I guess the people I'm around, but I wouldn't keep something like that around. That's just me. It's not a. I don't think it's a brush cutter. This guy's trying to identify this blade. If I am thinking of it correctly, a handle goes here. This bladed edge here is your sharp edge. I don't know. Maybe some kind of modified axe? Maybe? I'm at a loss. I don't really know. Use it for chopping down sugar cane? I don't know. But it's a heavy duty swinger. You're not cutting twigs with this thing or grass or brush. It's got to be for something bigger than that. Here you go, guys. Lost all his tools and Craftsman hooked him up. So, somehow, somebody got in his garage or something And then Craftsman was nice enough, it looks like, to send them out a toolbox or something to that effect. I mean, that's cool. They need all the positive publicity they can get, right? Oh, well, gentlemen, we are running up on the tail end of the stream. I think about 10 o'clock is going to be my cutoff. And I've done really well and only drank the one beer. Even though it's super tasty. I gotta stay sharp until after this conference call. And it's about like technical failures and, you know, remedying them, trying to figure out what went wrong, how we can keep it from happening again. So I am gonna have to be mildly sharp. For that, some people bought some Nip-X. Lots of Nip-X. I did, the guys in Columbus. I want to, like, these guys, they're like brand whores. I saw the Mayhew pick set, and it was the big set, like, the big pick set. See, there's the notification right there. They look nice, and the Mayhew is good stuff. A little more on the pricey side, but definitely looks like quality. The steel actually looks like, I mean, I didn't like pry them apart or try to do anything crazy with them, but the steel looks like it's some form of hardened. Not like the stuff that you get in most of those pick sets where, in all honesty, they bend really easy if you're trying to actually like pull something or use it as a hook or something like that. They don't usually fare that well. I've already gone through quite a few myself. Even just getting like the oil seal out of the what would it have been? The oil seal for the shaft input on the Fiesta? Yeah, I think so. Or no. It's one of the oil seals. Anyhow. I destroyed a pick trying to get that thing out of there. And then, who was it? Was it Bill? Might have been Bill. Told me to, like, poke a hole in it. Basically to destroy, because I was trying to get it out, you know, in relatively one piece. But I think it was Bill. Might have been Bill. That recommended that I basically, like, drill a little hole in it, destroy it, to be able to get a good bite on it and pull it out. And that did work. Hambone is out. Aloysius, take care, sir. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. What's this? Jet metric ratcheting stubbies. That's pretty nice. Jet though. Who is the Jet? How do I not know of these people? Does anybody else know about the Jet? Because I don't. Interesting. They do look like they're pretty nice. The pouch looks good. They almost look foreign because some of it is in what looks to me like French. Well, French and English, so yeah, I don't know about that one. Jet, I'll have to look them up. Okay, guy got a free hat for doing a survey that he forgot about. Uh-oh. Somebody's doing the Stand on My Channel Locks challenge with their kid's bike. That is pretty sweet, though. That is pretty sweet. Those are what? Are those the Cobras? The red and blue handle, I think. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that the wet dry vac? It's a little roller vacuum. I know that. I can't remember if it's a wet or dry. Oh, all right. We're gonna stop scrolling. Anything going on with you guys? The few of you, maybe 2 or 3 guys that are still hanging out in here. We'll switch over on the gears. 4 of you still hanging out. Much appreciated. Anything going on with any of you, fine gentlemen slash lady? No, Jamie's not here. News, updates, things to look at. Oh, Client Graphics was here. I get it. I don't, when I'm on the stream, Chris, on my actual stream software, I don't see the ads. Like, so I mean, I see it, but it doesn't highlight it. So I missed that when I was looking earlier. I apologize. It is good to see you, though, Chris. I saw you put out a new video. I'm assuming it's newer. It looked like yesterday or the day before. So I got to get over and check that out. I got to try to start watching people's videos again because I'm getting behind on my YouTube friends, I guess, for lack of a better term. I haven't watched a whole bunch of CP stuff. I haven't watched a bunch of anybody's stuff. I got to catch up on Chris. I got to catch up on Bruce L., which he's a tough one because he actually puts out a lot of videos. So I got to check back in with him, see what's going on with him. Renegade's Garage and everybody else, all of these smaller, newer startup channels. Most of the guys that have hit 1K, are doing okay. One mechanic did, ACM, he hit 1K, I believe. There was somebody else, too. BSS hit 1K. So, a lot of them guys, we know they're doing all right. Like, granted, I should still support them if I can, but it's not as detrimental because they are actually building their audience. Chris, I watch Chris's stuff just because of the high production value. Like, he puts a lot of thought, a lot of effort. Obviously, there's a lot to do with tool testings and comparisons and things. It's the quality. It always has been that drew me to Chris, and so there's always going to be value in the video. There's always going to be something. Either you're going to want to, talk about or disagree with, maybe whatever have you, but there's always some kind of either nugget of information or you get to see, a cordless tool that you don't necessarily have and how it stacks up against something that you do have or whatever have you. Chris just always has good content. Oh, guys, all right. I know it's a short one tonight, but I spent most of my day in a car and I still got to do this call. So I'm going to hop off of here, relax my mind for a minute before all this happens, and wish me luck. But I will, I keep saying it, but I think hopefully this will be the week that I finish rearranging this, I figure out how to get some decorations on the wall. I will... There's a cat dying outside. Or something, fighting. Oh, geez, that was weird, because I don't have a cat. So I hear this, and I'm like, what the hell? Anyhow, so I will see about getting some videos shot of something and putting that out there. I keep telling myself I need to get back into actually making videos instead of just doing live streams. And I will get there. It's just, there's just been so much going on. Personally, professionally, I am fried, especially today. So, I appreciate everyone stopping by every week like normal. Definitely appreciated. And I will, at the very least, see you guys next week, if not before then. Until then, everybody be safe out there. And